Okay, guys, we're live. Today, we're talking on the Tap Into Your Genius series. Today's Mindset Monday. Mindset Monday, part of the Tap Into Your Genius series, which is leading to the Tap Into Your Genius membership site and course, which I'll be offering very, very soon, September 1st. So, we're going to be bringing on, Angel's waving. We're bringing on Angel Rebo. He's a really good guy. Hi, Angel. And he's been a coach to over 1,500 CEOs. And a really good guy. Also a host on Mandalia TV with over 850,000 subscribers on YouTube. Pretty amazing. So he's interviewing amazing people all the time, all over the world. And he also is the founder of Wisdom for Kids. And this is one of the things I like best about him. And this organization, this charity that he's put together is dedicated to getting kids from Latin America out of poverty by teaching them entrepreneurship. So I'm going to bring him on, and we're going to talk today about mindset and how to make some great changes or radical changes to your mindset that can empower you to tap into the genius part of your brain and live at your full potential. So we'll go through our process here. I'm going to approve Angel. He's coming on here. He will be here in a matter of seconds. So I'm getting really excited. That's a bit much. Okay, I'm looking forward to it. It's adding him. It's approving him. All right, so while he's doing that, while Facebook is doing that, we'll just sit here and chat. Hey, how's it going? You doing all right? Fantastic. I'm doing pretty good too. All right, so it's adding him. So I don't know. Oh, hey, I hear that he's coming. There he is. Bam. Thank you, thank you, Mark Zuckerberg. No, I appreciate Mark. I appreciate you adding live to Facebook. I think it's a great idea. You know, Twitter did that with Periscope, but we have YouTube. But thank you, Mark Zuckerberg. I really appreciate. I appreciate this free platform.
Jeff, tell me what have you been doing for the last 30 minutes that you're saying these amazing things to me?
I've just preparing my mind and watching television. I don't know.
I prepared some questions. It's good to have high energy. I agree with you.
Prepare questions for you. I'm going to hit them with you, or I'm going to present them to you. I'm going to bring them up to you in just a second. So how are you doing? It was your birthday.
Oh, recently. Yeah, it was my birthday. Absolutely. So yeah, it was great. I mean, it was an amazing birthday. You know, August is a month in my family in which we have 3 birthdays in 8 days. So it means that we have a lot of fun. We do a lot of unconventional things in 8 days. And my day, which was the 10th of August, it wasn't an exception.
Yeah.
So we didn't have a single birthday cake, none of the 3 birthdays. So that was already an accomplishment. So, you know, we didn't have to fight. Our bodies didn't have to fight against these amounts of sugar and refined flour, with all due respect to all the sugar producers and refined flour
and bakers out there.
But anyway, so yeah, it was good. It was relaxing. It was quieting. So it was nice. Thank you. Thank you for asking, Jeff.
You're welcome. All right, let's talk about mindset and how we can change it. And I'm going to ask you a slightly personal question, but I think you'll be totally okay with it. I want to ask you what really changed your mindset as you began to develop your business, say 19 years ago, when you began to coach CEOs, and your life changed greatly, I would say, and you achieved some really great success. What really changed in your mindset that allowed you to create that success that you have now?
Well, at that time, I have to say that before I came to the US in 2010, at that time, in which I was having so much activity and so much exposure, I was traveling to more than 30 countries to close business. Definitely, I would say it was repetition and imperfect action. So I was consistently doing imperfect action. I wasn't in love with being perfect in my life or in my business. I just wanted to do it fast, have fun, but again, take a lot of imperfect action. That means that, you know, you cut the edges sometimes, you take shortcuts, but that's okay. Because what you have to do is actually you fail your way forward. You fail your way forward. I love that expression. You know I love that expression. And so exactly.
The good part is forward though.
Exactly, exactly. Absolutely.
Get right back up.
Exactly. So it was really when I came to the US in 2010 that I started to be exposed to a lot of knowledge. Okay, so I went to Anthony Robbins event and all those different things. And again, everything started to make sense. So I started to understand from a mindset perspective what had happened in my life before. And as you know, I have had two different spiritual, experiences that have changed my life forever. And one of them was the one that made me found, Wisdom for Kids.
Yes, that one I definitely know. Is there another one that I don't know if I remember the other one?
Yeah, the other one was the one that made me come from Europe. I am originally from Spain, from a city called Lleida, which is, the outskirts of Barcelona.
Yeah.
I was finishing reading a book. It was the first book in my life that was talking about the fact that we are made of energy and everything around us is energy. Everything around us is energy. Probably a lot
Yeah.
of people that are watching us now, they know what book I'm talking about. I'm talking about The Celestine's Prophecy by James Redfield.
Okay.
That was the first
Okay.
book that when I read it, when I finished reading it, I remember exactly where I was at that moment. I was at the second floor of a villa in a holiday resort, in a vacation resort in Cuba. And I finished reading that book, and suddenly I knew something I had to change in my life. It was the first time I had chills. I had really I was feeling something that I couldn't explain. So I said,
Yeah.
okay, I don't recognize this, but that means something. So I said, I definitely can go anywhere in my life. I'm single. So I'll go back to Europe. I'll ask my managers if they can send me to Latin America. And that was my first defining moment in my life.
Why did you decide to go to Latin America?
Because that resort was in Cuba. That resort
Ah,
was in Cuba. So
okay. So it made an impression on you then.
it was, because the reason why I was in Cuba is because the company I was working with at that time was a company based in Massachusetts, outside Boston. They took me to Boston to take a course, to take a boot camp, a sales boot camp. And I said, okay, I'm
Yes.
gonna take vacation. Where? And I went to Mexico, and then I went to Cuba. And it was when I finished my book that I was in Cuba, and I just used my intuition. I tapped into my intuition. Again, we are energy, Jeff. We are pure energy. We are
Yeah.
99.9999% energy. So it's kind of insane if we have to run our life through our body. Let's be wiser and run our life by other parameters, and
Well,
that's what. Yeah,
I want to talk about that energy thing, but also what I wanted to go back a little bit is concentrating just a little bit more for a moment on mindset.
yeah,
So I know that moment in time led to your big epiphany about starting Wisdom for Kids, which is now the purpose for your life, which I think is amazing and wonderful.
thank you.
I think it's wonderful for us to have a purpose, and I think that is what is really, I think that if you look at geniuses, I think that most of them you'll see have a big purpose and mission to their lives, a passion, and that's why they're able to push past so many of the hurdles that they run into in their lives. And so I think, that's what I want to make part of my membership site and course, is that how can we really become passionate about what we're doing and find a purpose for that. But I wanted to ask you, in reading that book and in that time frame, you talked about that we're all energy. How did that actually change your mindset? That it actually made such a big difference in your life?
Because I saw that that everything was connected. Until that very moment, we live in this world. I have a body. I love to have fun. I love dancing. I love exercising. I'm successful in business, but I'm wasting a lot of money. That's who I was at that time. We're talking about
Yeah, right.
2001, 2001. But nothing else. Really nothing else. So when you have you ever had that experience, that feeling that you are learning something that you already learned before? Did you ever have that experience that, oh my God, hold on, I've been here before, I've learned this before, I heard this before, I felt this before? That's
Yeah.
exactly what happened to me. So I think that we're really relearning, and it makes sense. So I said, okay, so I'm here. I just feeling this energy. We are energy. And for some reason, I came to Latin America. I have never been in Latin America before. Let's change my life forever. Let's change it, dramatically. And it was really, I cannot think, as you see, it was a hidden message, a hidden common denominator in my life. Like, I had to go
Yeah.
to Latin America because my purpose was to help kids and to keep on learning from all those CEOs I was teaching and I was coaching. So again, there's this, when you talk about excitement, absolutely. Energy is excitement. Excitement is energy.
Well, I've thought about that as you've talked about that, and as our friend Oliver Bennett Schlaffer, who's a renowned cellist, was at the event Tap Into Your Genius on July 14th, and about energy, particularly about vibration, and while it might sound unusual or perhaps even odd to someone, I really don't think that it is. He and I were having a conversation in Canada, and just that everything carries a vibration, even an inanimate object, a table. It can be measured. And he was saying that he had experienced or read about an experiment where people went into a room where there were plants and then thought negative thoughts towards the plants, and the plants actually began to wilt. And I thought, wow, if that's happening, then that's just amazing. And I really began to think about, boy, I need to be really careful about every single thought that I'm thinking at any time, and the energy that I'm putting out, because I think that's our own personal vibration, our own personal energy, and so if we're putting out negative energy, I believe that we're going to attract negative energy towards us. I think I've also learned that when we put out a certain type of energy, we might also attract a complementary energy that might be negative towards us. Where you might be a very helpful person, a loving person, but you might bring in people who might want to, take advantage of that. You might actually attract the wrong type of person into your life. And so I think it's important to gain a certain level of confidence and awareness about, take every thought captive, Callie. I mean, I think that's important. I mean, that's a verse in the Bible, Angel, also that I think is great for everybody to know. It can help anyone, is that Paul was talking about take every thought captive for Christ, and breaking down every stronghold that's in your mind. And so I think I began to really think about that after Oliver talked about it. It's just like, I have to be very aware of every thought that I'm thinking, because what am I attracting into my life? Who am I attracting into my life? And I began to really think about that. And then and then he was talking about Tesla being so aware that it all breaks down to a vibration. I believe also energy. And Tesla was able to do amazing things. Before the turn of the century, 1900, he sent electricity wirelessly for 30 miles. This guy, he knew some amazing things and did amazing things. And so for me, that's what I'm really learning. I think it's related to what you're saying, is that we are all connected through this energy that we're putting out. And I think that we're all also connected through God, that we're part of God. And so we need to put out this positive energy, so we bring that positive energy into our lives, which can be related also to us meeting, a few months ago at the Dallas Startup Week. Anyway, there you go.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would like to share with the audience two facts or two pieces of information which are going to be useful to them. Number one, about this vibration that the plants bring and the reality that we are all made of energy. There's a wonderful book called The Secret Life of Plants. The Secret Life of Plants.
Really?
It's a very old book that it has not, I think it has been a long time since it was republished, re-edited. The Secret Life of Plants. I read it last year. Oh my God. It talks exactly about what Oliver mentioned.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And the second thing is, there's an institute here in the US called the Heart Math Institute. Okay. So I don't remember heart math, heart as in heart,
math.
Our heart, math. Yeah. And I don't remember their website. Sorry about that, guys, but
it's okay.
They have even devices that are able to measure, the coherence of your heart. Because as you know, we are energy, and we generate energy, and we can generate energy with our thoughts, but it's not with our thoughts, it's actually with our heart. The number one pump, let's say pump of energy or energy generated in our body is our heart. So there's a device that measures that. So go there and you will learn much more about the power of our heart, the power of intention, these kind of things. But let me tell you something. I'm gonna derail this event right now, because derail. You understand that, or do I make myself clear?
I know what the word means. So
Okay, good. So I'm not using it properly, but that's okay. That's who I am. So you mentioned a word that you still haven't pronounced since we started today our show, which is radical. Radical. Radical is very important. It's the same as it's in the realm of imperfect action. Something which is radical is like, you don't overthink it, you just do it. And that's very important. And actually, we can change our energy immediately. We can be radically changing our mindset. We can radically change our mindset. And I brought to you something that you've never seen, okay? You've never seen, and it's a device, okay? So the most radical way I've seen in my entire life to change your mindset is through meditation. It's through meditation. There's, a lot that has been developed in the fields of neuroscience, epigenetics, neuroplasticity in the last few years. A lot.
Gotta write that word down.
Neuroplasticity, epigenetics.
Yeah.
Neuroscience.
Epigenetics.
Okay.
I hadn't heard that one. Okay.
So I've been to events, not many events. I mean, it's not something that everybody knows about, but in which you go there and through meditation, really through meditation, and if you do the work and you meditate before the event, these people teach you how to make dramatic changes into your life through meditation. And they help you access the quantum field. Again, it's quantum physics. They help you access the quantum field. Yeah.
Okay.
So the thing then, the question then becomes, okay, so I've never meditated, or I meditate, I don't know what you're talking about. So I have to confess that I am in that path. So I am actually meditating, but I didn't know how to meditate. And I am a very practical guy, okay? So I don't like when people promise things and then you don't know when they are going to be real. So what I did is, okay, so how can I start consistently meditating, and I know that I'm meditating well? So there's this company in Canada that developed, are you ready? It's going to change your life forever, okay?
I think you remember, you talking about that once. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, once. Look at this. Okay, look at this. Okay, you know what it is? What this is? This is a headband, but not the headband that you use to keep your hair in the right place. Actually, you have a pretty long hair. You could use headbands. Mine is not as long as yours. Okay. But this is a headband. This measures my brain waves. These brain waves, which are measured here, and you can see here, there's different electrodes. Do you see that?
Yeah. Can you bring it closer to the camera?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, so do you see this? Okay, so when you wear this and you start meditating, actually there's an app on your phone. I cannot show my phone because the phone is the device I'm using.
Yeah, right.
But, exactly. So, but when you are meditating, the device has an app. The app analyzes your brain waves, the different brain waves, okay, alpha, so beta, alpha, theta, and gamma. And it tells you when you are on a quiet place, when you have been able to actually calm your brain waves, and you are beginning to have your brain waves on a zone of calm and coherence. Okay?
Right.
So then what happens? You start relating your thoughts, your ideas with the feedback that you get from the app. As a result, you learn how to meditate.
Wow.
Isn't it amazing?
That's really cool.
Exactly. It's really, really cool.
I think that could be such a useful tool because, I mean, I try to deal with this like throughout the day. I will be going through the day and I can feel how I'm feeling. And if I get my brain, maybe gets a little worn out being on the computer too long, I will take breaks and even meditate. But to be able to have it measured and then see the result, I think could help you to, learn how to do it much more quickly, much more rapidly, and perhaps more effectively.
Yeah. And it has a gamification strategy built in. So it means that you go through different levels of challenges.
On the app?
On the app. And so you eventually learn, again, how to get there. And I remember when I started that it was difficult for me to really be like trying not to think about anything, right? I mean,
for sure.
Focus on your breath, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, you still have to do it. You still have to do it. I have a hard
time with that. Yeah,
exactly. Everybody does. So, I started using it, and I went from meditations of 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and then I consistently went to over 20 minutes and then 45 minutes meditating. And I had hundreds of points because the app actually tells you through bird chirping, it tells you as a feedback.
Oh, wow.
So it's a very
Just
nice
a pleasant sound or something.
Exactly, it's a pleasant sound. It tells you when you reach that point. Okay,
oh,
so
wow.
Exactly. So I actually I use that with the people I help with their businesses and with their lives.
And coaching and stuff, yeah.
Exactly. So this is called I guess it's okay to say the brand Muse. It's called Muse.
Okay.
Muse. MUS.
Yeah.
Okay. So obviously you're seeing it backwards, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, it's
Yeah, we got it.
MUSE. Okay,
Right.
it is what it is. But
Well,
again, I have access. I mean, I have actually a coupon that we can use. So anybody that would like to bring this, I mean, the only device like this before this one, it was this one like that has so many wires and electrodes that you start,
yeah,
clanking in
right.
different places of your brain or your head, and it costed thousands of dollars.
Wow. Well, let me ask you this, because other people might be wondering this, and I am.
Yeah.
What is, say, one thing or a couple things that has made us this using this device and meditation has caused a significant difference in your life?
You stop having those thoughts going over your mind all the time. You learn to calm your mind. You learn to radically, that's why I brought it up now,
Right.
radically change your state, the amount of energy that you have in a particular point in time, moment, through this. Because I now can put my brain into a place, because I've done it so many times that I know what would be the feedback that my app would give me, right? So now I can go automatically, without using it. I can go automatically to a place of calm. It doesn't matter what happens around me, I can go to that place.
What difference have you seen, though, say in your business dealings, in your relationships, by learning how to change your mindset, really, through meditation?
Very easy. We're always judgmental and reactive, all the time. Just make this experiment. Go to a networking event. Talk to a friend of yours that's calling you.
I remember the last time you gave me an experiment, I had to do the opposite of my entire list for the day.
Yeah.
Okay? And a lot of cool things happened, though, so I can't be upset. It was great. So go ahead. What's your new one?
No. I mean, just we are reactive and we are judgmental. That's who we are. We are raised like that. That's the reality. So changing that and going from that continuous place. Again, pick up the phone, start talking to someone. I challenge you that unless you have a completely different set of friends as 99% of the population, after 60 seconds of conversation, or either you or your friend will have made that judgment about someone else. Guaranteed. I challenge you.
I hope not. Yeah.
I challenge you, Jeff. Sorry, my brain wave monitor is falling off the table.
Okay.
Anyway.
So let me ask you this. You were talking about going to a networking meeting and a reflection of this idea of us being judgmental or whatever the other word that you used. What were you going to say about that?
No, I was going to say that learning to meditate allows you to be more in control of where your mind goes. So meditating allows you to be aware of what you are aware. Be aware of what you are aware. That's called mindfulness. Be aware of what you are aware. Be aware of what you are aware. That's called mindfulness.
Where is the power in being aware of what you're aware of? Because I think I am understanding this in a lot of ways, because I think as I become more aware, as I'm learning more about my mind and the minds of others, I think it's helping me also to perhaps honestly be less judgmental. Just some like differences that I've had with a couple of people I've met in the office, something that was a little off-putting or, was good, a mix of that, and saying, it's kind of helping me to realize how much of this is my world and my view of things, the box that I'm in, that I'm interpreting their behavior a certain way, that can kind of change and help me to be more empathetic and understanding, or not be upset about the evolution of another person, and just say, I don't like that, but that's fine. I'm just, and move on and not let it bother me so much. What are your thoughts about that and being more
when
aware?
you are aware that you are aware, it means that you are being aware of what you're thinking. You're being aware of what you're feeling. If you are able to be aware of what you're feeling and what you're thinking, then you can stop and react differently. That's the beauty. You can react differently. So you are then changing your mindset. So you are rewiring your brain, Jeff. You are stopping that reaction.
Neuroplasticity.
You are stopping that reaction that your body would automatically have, your brain would automatically have. Has that ever happened to you, that you're doing something which is wrong, but you're still doing it?
Sure, like a bad habit or whatever. Yeah, sure.
Or do you know that, for instance, you are telling someone something that you should never tell them and you're still telling them?
I think I've done it in the past. I'm pretty good at not doing that, but yeah, in my lifetime
Okay.
for sure.
So if you were aware of everything that you're doing every single day, you would be able to actually control. When you're able to control your thoughts and you are aware of your thoughts, then you're able to change the wiring of your brain, which is at the end of the day your thoughts. Your thoughts are just neurons which are wired. They're always firing together, so they are wired together. So as soon
Yeah.
as you start firing together different neurons in your brain, you're changing your brain, you're changing your mindset.
Let me ask you this, because this question went through my mind. So if I'm changing my mindset and perhaps I'm responding in a calmer way to whatever stimuli is coming my way, whether positive or negative, I can respond differently. But do I need to have also at that point in time a greater understanding of that human being or life to respond differently as well?
Well, I think that you have to be fully present. So you have to be your heart open and willing to understand what the other person is saying. You're just willing. Again, are you really listening or you are reacting? Are you trying to understand
That's so
that
fu-
person?
I was just thinking of that. I was just thinking of that being an active listener. I went and saw a presentation at Venture X, which is a co-working place here in Dallas near the Galleria, and they had a person from the Comedy House presenting, and I can't remember the exact words, but they were saying about, oh, that was it, an active listener as opposed to a responder, listening to respond, listening to an active, to truly listen what's going on, because she was saying that very often people are listening so they can just respond to say their side of things rather than actively listening and hearing and being empathetic or whatever. There's a big difference.
Exactly. And it comes down to being aware that you are aware. When you are aware, you're able
Yeah.
to change what your body was going to do, what your brain was
Right.
going to do. Absolutely. We always want, again, we're going so fast. We don't have time for anything, so we just react. That's who we are. Like it or not, that's who we are.
So often around the world, and especially I think in America, it's such a fast-paced lifestyle, I think.
That's why, hey, learn to meditate. If you don't know how to do it, you don't have time, use a device that's going to change your
Yeah.
life. I tell you, I was, again, I like fast. I like simple, I like fast, I like fun. Simple, fast, and fun. This is
Right.
simple, this is fast. It's up to you. You can spend a whole day meditating if you want to. And I tell you, the first meditation in the day is going to be completely different to the last meditation in the day. And you have to make
Well,
breaks as well.
yeah, I didn't expect you to bring that device, but now, of course, I am curious, and I know that you've been using it for a while with your CEO clients.
Yeah.
So, how fast of a difference have you seen upon them or your personal experience in using that device?
For something, obviously, it depends on the importance you put to it, right? You give
Right.
that device the importance that it deserves. So I decided to play the game. I decided to really go for it. And then as soon as I started to do that, I started to increase the time that I was devoting to meditate
Right. Right.
because I knew it had results. These guys, they have webinars with psychologists, with therapists, with even people in the world of business, and they show results every single day. So they're showing that people are calming their mind and they're able to handle their lives with much more ease, to change their mindset with much more ease. So simple, fast, and fun. I like that. It's really fun.
How about this? Talking just from the standpoint of meditation and the changes that it can make. In your working with a number of CEOs for many years, what has been through this process some of the greatest changes you've seen in their lives or businesses?
Well, this is pretty new. I've had it for probably one year. So
Right.
I can speak because I'm in the environment in which many specialists, they use it every single day with many different users. So I can tell it works besides my own, clients. But if I
Right.
had to
Right.
say something, there's one aspect of the life of successful CEOs which is related to this. And those are the CEOs that would take consistently time slots during the day,
To
just
do
to
it.
calm down their mind, be gone, completely gone from the issues, the troubles, the problems that they had in their businesses, and just dream, just relax, just think about the future of the company, just think about what are we going to do, what's going to be the next big, massive product or success for the company. So I
Right.
think this is directly related. For me, it's completely related. We talk about the same thing. People that want to calm their mind and take their mind and bring it to somewhere else where there's
Right.
no stress.
Yeah. Well, Angel, I know you need to get prepared for an interview you're going to be doing for Mindalia
Yeah.
TV. Can you tell us who you're going to be interviewing?
Well, it's a very nice, it's an amazing individual. She's made a big effort to be with us. She's a lady called Mary Santana, and she used to work for Disney, and she's she was one of the top, the People magazine. She was named one of the most 20 most influential Latinas in the country. The top 20 most influential Latinas in the country. Her name is Mary Santana. And I'm going to be interviewing her. Her story is just incredible. And she's, again, one of these people that had this incredible story. Her personal life she had a lot of challenges, but she was able to, overcome those challenges and be very successful. And she's always been surrounded by very, very amazing people, including Les Brown, for instance.
Wow. Well, I love that guy. He's a wonderful business coach. And this, I'm gonna record this, Angel. This is what I always thought. I told you this once in person. If I ever run into Les Brown, I'm gonna tell him the biggest difference that I see in him than all the other business coaches all over YouTube or wherever else is there just seems to be love in his voice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
That's the impression that it gets to me. It's like, man, that makes a difference with me. So tell Les I said that. So,
yeah, he's making this, he's making this joke about Les Brown just because, recently I showed to him someone that was sending him, greetings, regards from me, and he was saying hello to me because we know each other personally, and we spent some time recently on a mastermind group. Anyway, so thank you. Absolutely, I will let him know. I will let him know that, Jeff, you are one of his admirers, and that's what makes him, according to your point of view, it's what makes him special is the love intrinsic to his voice.
Yeah. And so how can viewers go see this interview tonight and others that you're doing? How do they go see that?
So tonight, the interview with Mary Santana is going to be in Spanish, and it's going to be in MindaliaTelevision.com. MindaliaTelevision.com. Okay? MindaliaTelevision.com.
And when you do your English interviews, where can they see those?
In
Where can they see the English interviews that you do?
MindaliaTV.com.
Okay.
MindaliaTV.com.
Can they also go to your YouTube channel and see all these very easily as well?
They can go to Mindalia TV's channel and to Mindalia Television channel. Okay, those two channels.
Okay.
I have a playlist on my personal Angel Rebo YouTube channel. I have a playlist with all my interviews. That's something I have, and you can
By
actually
channel,
see
you mean YouTube channel? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
I have a YouTube channel. I have a few videos there, and I have a playlist with some of the with most of the videos I have been interviews or that I have of people that I have been interviewing.
Okay, well, I just want to wrap it up. Thank you, Angel, for being a part of tonight's show. I really appreciate that. Also want to let everyone know that on September 1st, I'm launching the Tap Into Your Genius membership site and course, which will show step-by-step how to tap into the genius part of your brain. And we'll have wonderful people, experts from around the world like Angel, participating and helping to create what we'll be learning. I think it's going to be very exciting. And so we're actually looking for our first 50 founding members. And so if you'd like to be a part of that, I will be putting up a link for that very soon, working on getting that done. But anyway, Angel, thank you for being here. Okay?
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. It's always
All
a
right, you have a
pleasure
good
to be
night.
with
I'll
you
talk
and
to you
to
later.
obviously help your audience.
All right.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right. Thank you
Bye-bye.
everybody for watching
Thank you,
too.
everybody. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.